Good evening. Welcome to The Collective. My name is Leah Bowden, and our session today is a little bit of an introduction to the Collective membership, the Modern Ms. Mason membership, for people who have never heard about it before or even not really found out the details of it. They may be a little bit curious. It's also a place for tonight is also for new members who are maybe still figuring out how it all looks and how they found their way around the site. And it's also, hopefully, if we get time, a little bit of a hangout. We have got regulars in the house who just like to come and spend some time with us on a Monday, September evening. So I'm glad to welcome you if you are watching on the replay. We may interact in the chat function on Zoom a little bit. Of course, you won't be able to read that, but I will read out as many as possible. But this will be going out as a replay to all my Substack subscribers, free and paid. So hopefully people will be able to take a look and have a listen. So while I get started, you veteran collective members, why don't you be having a little bit of a think of maybe a few words that would be helpful to people who haven't been on here before, and that might just now help them kind of see, oh, this is the kind of place it is, this is what it feels like. Feel free to be as glowing as you like. But it is helpful to have comments from you, those who are hanging out here a lot and engaging with what we're doing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through what the collective is. Then I'm going to show you the Substack site where it is, and I'm going to yabber on a little bit. While I'm talking, please feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to be disturbed and to jump into the chat. But I really would like a good, concise bit of information so that people can see what it is and really have a good understanding of how it works. And then we'll do a bit of Q&A about this, and then if we've got time, just have a little catch up, see how everyone's doing. Okay, so for those of you who have known me for a while, I have 4 children. And for those who don't, here's some information on me. So I have 4 children ranging from 21, almost 22, down to 13, almost 14. We have just wrapped up our home educating career, and I put a post out about that. In fact, I've put 3 posts out on Substack and an Instagram post today, finally sharing with you where family updates. And it was quite an emotional day because we've been walking this for a little while, as you will have read. And I knew by September I wanted to let you guys know, hey, this is, and I want to, I like to be extremely authentic with you guys. And some of you already knew behind the scenes what was going on. Been mothering for nearly 22 years and home educating for almost 18. And we have just wrapped that blissful season of our life up. And so now I'm looking at, I'm currently working for a charity part-time, but my big emphasis is on writing books for your kids, running the collective, and doing a little bit of coaching here and there, but that is winding down a little bit. So that's really where my time is at. And the collective really grew out of I'd been doing workshops and courses and kind of teaching and doing things in various places on various platforms. And it got to a point where it was feeling a little bit messy and a little bit cluttered. And you know what we like to do when things feel a bit messy? Once a year, we have a good clear up, don't we? And I just thought I need to bring everything together under one roof so that people know where to come and where to connect. So we started off life on a platform called Thinkific, and then in January this year, we moved everything over to Substack, which I'll show you in a moment. And it has been the best move, in my opinion. I loved that we've moved over to Substack. We've been able to grow numerically. More people have been able to connect with us. And I just think it's easier to navigate, and it's felt more consistent in the way we can communicate with each other. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the move that we made. It's always a risk. yeah, it's been great. So what does it consist of? So, and this is my website. So in case you haven't seen this before, leahbowden.com or modernmythmason.com. The conference bit shouldn't be there anymore. That should be taken down. But you've got a whole host of books that all to do with Charlotte Mason that I actually own all these books. Crazy. We're starting to build resources. The first thing that I've got in there is 100 ways to ask for 101 ways to ask for a narration. That is a fab resource for $5.99. So if you haven't got that yet, you can download that. You've got stuff about the podcast there. In fact, that's going to link to it. So let's just go back. Yeah, all about all about my book there, Modern Myth Mason, and then there's the collective here. So let's just go through what the collective is. I'm actually just going to tell you what it's made up of and what we do. So it is a online community for women. I've never done it ever actually put for women. I think I've put for mothers, so maybe for so anyway, we've never had any men trying to join, but I think, you know, it's for women. And it is for women who are aspiring to or practitioners of Charlotte Mason's ideas in their life or in the life of their children and their home education. So I think we've definitely got a handful of people on here who used to home educate years ago and have continued to just have practices in their own life inspired by Charlotte Mason, and they love reading with us and engaging with us. So you know, you don't have to be home educating to do this. I know we had somebody join today who's not a home educator but loves Charlotte Mason's ideas, really wants to find community around this kind of lifestyle, and so has joined up today. We've got people who are, you know, wanting to are interested in setting up their own schools using Charlotte Mason's ideas, so want to learn and grow in community. So it's not just a homeschooling membership. It's much wider than that. And I love that. So that that really is reflective in what we do as part of the collective. So this is what it's made up of. So we have a monthly workshop. So this is a bespoke, brand new content every single month. So I put lots of work into this, into the themes. Over the summer, we've just done a 3-part series on atmosphere, discipline, and life. They're generally around an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. There'll be slides, and you always get a replay, and you always get a copy of the PDF afterwards, and sometimes a few more notes. If you sign up at the moment, there is about 18 months worth of workshops to catch up with. So this is the thing, the people who signed up in, you know, last year, they kind of did the journey with us. If you sign up now, there's so much content on there. It's crazy. My son, who is a techie person, he's just been going through as many of my workshops as possible and getting the transcripts and kind of creating notes for them. So that'll be great to share those for those people who maybe want to read rather than just sit and watch a video. So we're going to try and experiment with various mediums of communicating all the fabulous content we've got on there. Then we have the All Booked Book Club, and this is we read 6 books a year, 1 book over 2 months, and they are predetermined at the beginning of the year. So in January, I created a post. You can see it in a moment. I'll show you it, where all our books for the year are laid out. So we've just finished Soil by Camille Dungy, and we are about to start Wendell Berry's Jayber Crow. Got all these lovely hardbacks. So this is our next book for September and October. Even just that is worth joining the collective for, because it's just, I'm a big believer in reading in community. You know, I'm reading on my own, but there's a lot of the books that we read in the collective I have read before. Soil was I'd never read Soil before. I loved reading that with you guys. But however many times I've read the books before, when I read it in community, when I read it with the collective, I learn so much more, and my understanding and my connection with the book is so much deeper. So that's the book club. There's some of the books we read the first year, which again I would read all over again. Pilgrim at Tinker Creek, Keeper of the Bees. I mean, just beautiful books. My mission is to get us to read deep and wide. So I like us to have a varying genres and authors, old and new. So I've really tried to do that this year. So we've read, I mean, you'll see we've read, and when we jump onto the Substack page, you'll see what we've read. But I love it. It's a great aspect of the membership. We have something called the Bronte Room. It says here, a place for writers, thinkers, and creators, but really it's a place for anybody who really would like a little break for an hour. So on every single Friday at 4 p.m. UK, so it's mid-morning often in the US, or lunchtime for some on the East Coast, we do a hard stop for an hour. And we jump on Zoom, and you can bring, people book, like they'll arrange a babysitter, or they'll say to their hubbies, okay, this is like this hour, I'm going to be in my office or whatever. Or sometimes people are there with their babes in arms. But really what this is a digital co-working, co-creating space. So we've set it up for you to be able to intentionally carve out at least 1 hour a week to read. To Leah, who's here, she felts every week, and I really miss her when she's not there. We have people who are writing novels, writing children's books. Some people bring their journals and just fill them in. Some people do some school planning. Some people fill in their commonplace books. I sometimes sit and do work for the collective, or I'll do some writing, or I'll just catch up with some reading. So it's wonderful. So we all come on, there's some gentle music playing in the background, which you can mute if you so wish. And we set a timer, and we just kind of check in and say what we're working on if we want to. And then when the hour's finished, we bid each other farewell and have a great weekend. So that is the Bronte Room, a place to read and write. Then we have what is taking place tonight. So community Q&A, that's what this would be at this time of the month. So I'll also explain that we have a pattern to the month. First Monday, second Tuesday, third Wednesday, fourth Thursday, and every Friday. And that's how the pattern of the collective works. There's something every week for you if you would like to join in. You don't have to come, but there is something every week for you. So the community Q&A is a monthly Q&A where I'll just put a post up and say, hey, any questions? What do you want to talk about tonight? And we generally get, we might get 4 or 5 questions answered. And it's not about a Q&A with me. I mean, I obviously contribute, but it's a community Q&A. So the whole idea behind it is that we all contribute. I want to hear your wisdom, your experiences, your ideas. And so we're all sharing our experiences. And we've had some amazing nights, and it's a great time to kind of throw those questions in there. And sometimes it's just a simple thing, like, anybody got any book ideas for this? And people will be bringing books out and book lists. So it's great. So that's community Q&A. All right, voyage through the volumes. This has been epic. This is what we introduced in January 2024. This is a new element. And I decided very boldly that we would attempt to work our way through all 6 of Charlotte Mason's volumes. Now, some, maybe a handful, I think. There may be more, but they haven't been able to make the lives, have read. We've just finished our 4th book. So we're reading 1 over 2 months, and it is possible, but it is a lot. It is a lot if you're doing other reading and you're just a normal busy person. But what we have done is that we have obviously recorded our conversations. So even if you wanted to, if you yourself, like, I don't know, sometime next year thought, you know what, I'm going to read volume 1 again, you can just jump onto our replays and hear what we talked about when we studied volume 1. So we're just about to jump into Formation of Character. And this one is a little bit more of an obscure one. Not a lot of people have read it or know much about it. So I created a Substack post all about it to help you understand before you start reading. So we're reading this one in September and October. And then in November and December, we're reading Towards a Philosophy of Education. And I'm hoping we'll get lots and lots of people joining us for that because it's a favourite. Volume 6 is a favourite. So we read on our own, and then we come together and, for about an hour and a half, discuss as much as we possibly can, share our favorite quotes, our insights, and it's been a really wonderful process. We won't be doing that in 2025. I've got a brand new idea to be engaging with work. Hang on to your hats for that one. It's going to be great. But what I will encourage people to do is, if they want to do their own reading, even if it's just one book a year, that we have got those notes and those videos for you to utilize at any time. So that's Voyage Through the Volumes. Is that everything? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Okay, so that is what the collective is made up of. So I'm going to jump into Substack now. I'm going to show you. So if you've not got a Substack membership, I see my little tiny, she's now nearly 22. Look at that little face there. I think you would have all got some kind of Substack sign up if you're all on here tonight. So I'm just going to, before I jump into this, sorry about my picture there in your face. Okay, I'm just going to, oh, you guys are saying lovely things about the collective. Okay, I'll let you guys read those. I will read those at the end. Thank you very much. And I will probably save them as well and put them on our replay. So there's my face. Get my face everywhere. So this is the collective. This is what it looks like when you open it on a browser. And this is what it looks like for paid members. I actually am not sure what it looks like for. I think for if you're not a subscribed and paying, you probably won't see all these things. So what I always encourage people to do when you first sign up through a browser. You can obviously, you've got the app, and the app is fantastic, but I think the app should be secondary to the site. So set up the site and then download the app and use the app however you want to use it. So because there are a few reasons why. When you open up the collective like this, when you're a fully signed up member, you can see all the different aspects along here. And you get everything. So here is just the notes, and that basically is for all this is your own personal note section. So that's nothing to do particularly with the collective. Chat is something that we use almost daily. So this is where I update all the links to all the lives that we do. You can see Caroline's put a lovely post up there today. This is where I advertise different things we're doing. People will just put a thought up there or a question. So this is almost like a Facebook feed, that kind of thing, but it's just all us lot. And again, that's just for paid members. Occasionally I'll put one up that you all can see. Okay, so Scribera or Scribera. This is where I write. This is my personal, I guess it's a blog. That's what we'll call it. So anytime I put a post up, so I've just done part 1, 2, and 3 of just the family update, and then there's a few more posts there where I just share some writing. That's all that is. Again, not really part of the collective. And then you get all the collective things. So the Bronte Room, we used to record the sessions, but I don't do that anymore because they are just people having their private quiet times. So occasionally, I think on here you might find so you'll just find why we do it and a little bit of inspiration on creativity. If we were to record any sessions, this is where they would be. Community Q&A, these are all you can see there. April, May, I think some of I don't know why June and July aren't there. Oh, because I know some of them nobody was around, so this is the one that kind of fell off the fell off a little bit, but January, February, March, April, May, so June and July was a busy month for everybody, and obviously not there. So but that's where you'll find your replays for community Q&A. Workshops, there we go. Lots and lots of workshops there. And that's where you'll get all your replays. And there's so much to dig into there. I mean, absolutely loads. So very occasionally, I use the workshop night to bring in a guest, and I'll do an interview if it's something that will be helpful for us. And actually, we're doing that in September. So the author of, I haven't got it in front of me, I have got it somewhere. There's a new children's biography on Chaucer. I think it's Chaucer. I'm now doubting myself. It is. I've got so many books on this table. Hang on. I think I might have found it. Let's see if this is it. Let's have a look. Not Chaucer. Sorry. Chesterton. Here we go. It's Chesterton. So Holly Greger Lee is going to be coming on and talking to us about all about his life and all about this book that she has written that has just come out. So we're going to be interviewing her for the workshop in September. So occasionally we'll be doing that. We'll bring guests on that I think would be helpful for us to engage in. So that's the workshops. All Book Club. You can see all the replays there from all the reading we've done this year. Voyage Through the Volumes, same again. If you go to the very beginning of the Voyage Through the Volumes, you'll see that I've done quite a few pieces on helping you start the reading, understand why we read them, how to read them, how to take notes, all that kind of stuff. And then the reading guide of how we've broken them down. So that's all in that section there. And then you get, so a few years ago, I created the Charlotte Mason Unboxed course. That is now free to all collective subscribers. So you basically, this is hosted still on our old site on Thinkific. Next year, it will be coming off there and it will not be available for a little while because I'm going to be like redoing things. So if you haven't done the Charlotte Mason Unboxed course yet, this year is the time to do it. And so here's me just kind of explaining it, and this is what it looks like. So you just click on the Charlotte Mason Box course and you'll end up going over to a different site, and you can see there it says enroll for free. And that is a big course basically taking you through the practice of a Charlotte Mason education, and just really will help you kind of put it all into practice. And then here, the last thing I've got here is just a little bit of information on coaching. I am winding down my coaching practice in this season, not forever. And I've had a few emails of people asking. So that probably will be muted or will come down for a little while. And then that final page, I think, yeah, that's the same as the website, just tells you all about it. So that is how you navigate that. A really important part of where to start is going on to this FAQ section here. And that's definitely a really good place to start. So you can see here we've got various questions there that I've had all of these questions. So one of the things here, so let's have a look at this. Will the dates ever change? Our events generally follow a monthly pattern. So I've just tweaked the pattern actually because it wasn't quite as flowing as it is now. It used to go first Tuesday, second Monday because of things in my life, but it doesn't anymore. Now it is, so basically as we start the week, you'll get first thing is a Monday, second week is a Tuesday, third week a Wednesday, fourth week a Thursday. So if you're ever confused about what event is it this week, just have to look what week in the month are we on, and then whatever day that is. And then every Friday we have the Bronte Room. So that's how it all works there. So the only time, sometimes because it works, I've set it up on a shared Google Calendar, which I'm going to show you in a second. But because of the way it's set up for repeated on like first Tuesday, second Thursday, whatever it is, sometimes they end up in the same week. So we had an instance, I think it was last month, we had on the Wednesday, it was the voyage through the volumes, and then the Thursday it was the book club, or maybe the other way around. And we, you know, no one could cope with that. And I don't expect you to show up 2 nights in a row. So I just will send an announcement out and make an adjustment and just change that round. You'll also find, if you look at the Google Calendar, some of the things so I know that I haven't changed everything yet. You'll be kind of like, hang on, there's a collective night on Thanksgiving, or there's one on Christmas Eve, and that's because it's just the way they've automatically fallen, and I will go in every month and just tweak where we need to, and just to fit everything in. So that's why that is like that. Now I'm sure on here I connected to, oh, here we go. Okay, so how do I know when the live sessions are? So we have got a Google Calendar. Now, again, it's really important that you set this up via your browser and not try and do it on your phone or via the app. It just doesn't work, unfortunately. But once you've set it up on your browser, then it will work on your phone. So you click here, where it says here, and that will take you to the calendar. And there's all other things in there. See, Joanne, you're coaching. Sorry, Joanne, your coaching calls in there, and my river for delivery, and then somebody's birthday. You're actually seeing my calendar, you see, guys. So in fact, we should let's see if we can take these off. Now, let's have a look. Okay, that's the collective. There we go. Sharing all my private information. So you can see here how it works. So you guys have access to this. So you will, obviously I'm already signed up, but you click on that button and then it will, assuming you're a Google Calendar user, or I definitely would be if you want to be on the collective, it will then connect you. It will then ask you, do you want to add this to your calendar? And it will come up as a kind of a choice here. And so you can see here, it's this lovely pattern. First Monday, second Tuesday, third Wednesday, and fourth Thursday, and then every Friday. And what is very cool is when you click on the event, the Zoom link is there. So you will find the Zoom link in a couple of ways. I used to do it in almost 3 ways, and I've slowed down on that because I was giving myself too much work. I was doing a post and then I'd put it up on the chat, and then I'd put it in the calendar. But you guys are smart. You don't need me to micromanage you. So I do have all the links in the Google Calendar. So even if you haven't opened Substack, if you're in your calendar, you can join the event. And then the second place that I put it, on the day of the event, I put the post, and I put a post about it and the Zoom link up on the chat thread in the collective. So that is hopefully giving you everything you need to be able to manage that. So you can see from there when everything happens, and then you can see everything you click on. There is a link. I do test them. Occasionally, we've had a couple of times and they've just not worked. So now every day, sometimes it might even just be 10 minutes before, I test the link to make sure it's working. If not, I put a new one up and I update everybody's calendars and the thread. So hopefully that will give you enough information to be able to navigate, finding your way around. Okay, so, oh, I have a puppy trying to get in. See if he arrives. It's been quiet for now. Okay, so please, I'm going to start reading the chat. If you've got any questions about the collective and about what I've talked about, please put your questions in the chat. So what I'm going to do now is jump in the chat and read some of your comments. And this is, I know you guys can see them, but our replay viewers can't. So I am going to read them out for the sake of replay and people who are interested in learning. So, okay, Beth is asking, are all the workshop videos from Thinkific now on Substack? It is a fab resource. So Beth, if, go back again there. So WeWorkshops now. Do you know what? There is, I don't know if they all are, but they are on, no, they're not. I thought I'd done that. So that is a good thing you asked there, Beth. Okay, so they are on Thinkific. Do you remember that we did them all as part of a it almost looked like a course. We put them all together. So what I will do, so I am doing some kind of reconstruction work on the collective over the next few months and definitely at the end of the year. So what I'm going to do in this section here, I will put a link to where they all are. We also had a Google Drive, not a Google Drive, a Google spreadsheet, if anybody remembers this, with all the links to the website, to the workshops listed too. So, but what I will do, or get a child to do, is slowly upload them all to here. So currently the workshops that are available on Substack, let's have a look how far back they go. I might be wrong here. Oh, okay. So we've got, these are all from last year. So these are from, I'm forgetting what I've put up. You can see the date is the same, like similar date, and that's because that's when I uploaded it. So these are from Thinkific when we hosted it on Thinkific. And then as soon as it says January replay, okay, so these are all from the old site. Yes. So I've done more work than I imagined. I think what I'm thinking about, Beth, is 2022. I did individual workshops. If people remember, I did that. They are all saved as well. There's probably 3.5 years of workshops. It's crazy, isn't it? And I always write them new, which is probably also crazy. Okay, so here we go. So this is our first replay. Habits, Intentions, and Peaceful Beginnings, What We Can Learn from Charlotte Mason. That's January 2024. Everything under there is from last year on from our old site. So yeah, there's plenty on there, isn't there? Plenty on there. Good question, though. It's helped me remember. Leah is saying, I love being a collective member because it's been such a friendly group from the very start. All the mothers here are so knowledgeable and come from so many walks of life. And they'll undoubtedly be someone who can give you some advice if you need it because they're going through the same or have already lived it. The support is phenomenal. I'm here tonight because I just love being a part of something so special. Leah is a wonderful guide who has enveloped us all under her wing. Oh, that's kind. And it's just a comforting, reassuring place to be. Always something new to learn, people to chat to, and people who truly understand. Leah, that is the most beautiful review. Thank you. And I'm so glad you're here. I really am. Elizabeth, I started homeschooling 3 years ago and was fortunate to connect with a group of about 10 women from across the country who were using the same curriculum I was. We'd meet on Zoom every Wednesday night for an hour to share successes and challenges, helping one another troubleshoot the obstacles we ran into and celebrate what went well. That group dissolved after a year and it was really a loss. However, the collective has filled that space for me. Even if I'm really present at a live event, I listen to most of the replays and take comfort in being part of a community of like-minded women. I said that. Like-minded women for whom I learn a good deal. That's so lovely. The ideas I encounter here help me stay centered as a mother and an educator. That's amazing, Elizabeth. I'm so glad you're here. Lauren, thank you. Chesterton, yes. My brain. It's been a very interesting evening here, guys. I have one member of our family has trapped their finger in a door. That's happened this evening just before I came on. They're busy icing it. And another one is not very well, is being sick. So that's all going on back there. I'm sure you've all got family stuff going on as well. So my it's been one of those evenings. Joanne, I absolutely love the collective. It has really given me so much more self-confidence and fantastic ideas to bring to my home. In Northern Ireland and the town I live in, there aren't many people who home educate. And I'd always felt very isolated. Leah and the ladies are so encouraging and friendly. I feel like we are one big family, and I love speaking to so many people in the world and seeing photos, etc. It's such a wonderful space and makes me feel complete. I'm ever so grateful for you all. Joanne, that is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Lauren, I love the diversity on the collective and the different perspective that Leah brings, especially in finding your freedom in this way of educating. It's always a relaxing space to share ideas and to learn more and invest in myself and my children. I especially love the workshops and the Q&A. I'm looking forward to reading Jay McCrow soon. So am I. Yes, I'm looking forward to reading Jay McCrow too. It's a really special book. Well, thank you for your beautiful beautiful comments. If you have any questions at all, please pop them in the chat now. I'm just going to show you a few how it looks when you look at a replay. So yeah, I mean, there's so much that happens there. I sometimes just write little notes to you, and that's when I was on holiday. Okay, so that's a lot of writing there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, so this is a nice one for you to look at. This is the Outdoor Life of Children conference replay. So we had a conference, an online conference in July, and the whole replay, there are lovely sponsors, and the whole replay is here. And you can listen to it like a podcast. So let me just check my share. Make sure I'm sharing just want to make sure I'm sharing the sound because I want you to hear it. Hang on a second. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Let me do this again. I want it to be a full 3D experience for you. Okay, share sound. There we go. Okay. All right. So here's the conference replay. So I don't know how much you guys know, all know generally about Substack, but it's just brilliant. And you can do, you can do little podcasts and audible things. So this is with any of the replay, the YouTube links and recordings are just posted into here. Welcome to the Outdoor Life of Children. This is like Inception. This is the 2020. So it's a video within a video. And then you've got here, unfortunately, for some reason, we completely lost Lynn Seddon's video recording of her session, but we got the audio. So you can listen here. Welcome to our first keynote of our conference, The Outdoor Life of Children. I'm going to introduce my friend.
A wonderful, a real beneficial connection with the natural world. I was going to take a little sip.
So that's Lynn Seddon's voice, if you've not heard Lynn before. And then the rest of the replays, you've got the audio and the video as well. We had an amazing conversation. Well, he actually did a presentation. Leif Bersweden, who is the author of Wildflowers, a book about wildflowers. Sorry, I told you. Okay, let's look at them.
They've got these little, I don't know, like,
that's
what I should have guessed.
Okay, because you're bound to know this, and this will just, I'm sure we put it up where the wildflowers grow
right at the end.
There we go.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
So this is Leif. Definitely listen to this session. Talks all about botany, and it's really inspiring, and get your children to watch it as well. It's a really cool one there. And yeah, we've got Lyra Valencia, who spoke about niche study in urban places. So anyway, there's a brilliant replay for our Substack subscribers, collective subscribers. You can have a good look through that. So that's what that looks like. And then I'll just show you a normal. So this is building discipline. This is part 3 of our atmosphere discipline. No, part 2 of our atmosphere discipline life workshop replays. And so this is how you'll find the replay. You'll just have some notes there. So what I do is I look at the transcript and then sort of create notes from the transcript, and then you'll get a video with, welcome to the collective. My name is, these are 2 really, really important words. And you can see there, it's just a real presentation of just kind of quotes and information. So that is what your replays look like. And even if you never, some people, we've got people who, we've got members who live in Australia and the Philippines. And so they very rarely are able to make it live, although our friends in the Philippines often get up at 4 in the morning just to join us. So the replays are really a really important part of the membership. And so we encourage people to comment on the replays as well. You can do via YouTube. if you click on that and go through to YouTube, you can do it. But the best thing to do is to comment, leave your comments, leave your favorite quotes or whatever you want to do on the Substack post. Well, that really is everything I could possibly share, I think, from the actual site itself. And if you've got any questions. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. So Rebecca saying, no questions here. You explained everything splendidly. I'm not sure if I can join right now, but I'm definitely interested. I think I've caught up and listened to all of your podcasts and read your book and have been encouraged by your journey and wisdom. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. That is incredibly kind. I hope you get to join us at some point. I do send out things to our free subscribers as well. So that there's, even just being on the mailing list, there's a great benefit to that. And I'll be doing a little bit more of that over the next couple of weeks. So I'm glad you came this evening and now you know a little bit more about it. Thank you so much. So that is really what the collective looks like in a nutshell. That is what it is about. And this is how you navigate it. And then I can't really show you I can try and show you, but there is an app. In fact, if we stop sharing, I'll just do this last. So not everyone likes to put something else on their phone, but if you can see, it's an orange icon and it's this one here. So this one here is the Substack app, and you basically can navigate the whole. So that's me looking at the chat. That's the thread. That's the post that I put up on the chat earlier on today. And the only thing about the app, so you can see the site really well. Hello, I can see a young Miller there. You can see all the posts there. But what you don't get with the app is the categories across the top, seeing what everything is a part of. And I like that organization. You can obviously access it via the browser on your phone. But what I like on the app, I actually occasionally I have the notifications on, sometimes not, because I do check every day anyway. But I just think, Substack is a really lovely, intuitive, great way to connect with a community, but also just some wonderful writers out there. So occasionally I will share other people's writing as well. So yeah, it's great. And so really what you get is a list of all the posts rather than having them categorized and saying what they're a part of. So you can see there, got my contacts in, I'm like showing my age. Let's have a look. We'll click on one and you can listen and watch everything through the app. So again, for an example, let's go on the conference post again. So I've just opened the conference post and you can see it's just as good quality. You can listen and watch everything. That's that's an advert about the conference replay. Here we go. So there's your sponsors, and then everything is just as good quality as it is on the browser. So you could sit, if you're doing a little bit of a craft, or you're folding laundry or chopping vegetables, just prop your phone up and you can catch up with one of the videos. Let's have a look for one. I think this is my last session. Oh no, let's have a look. Is that my last session? I'll show you what it's like on here. Of the creator. So it's not just a collection of landscapes and ecosystems. So great quality. It's a profound. So once, highly recommend. I know not everyone wants to put another app on their phone, but highly recommend it if you want to engage with the community. And even if you just got if you're just a free member and you're just kind of connected in by the email list, it's really good to kind of find out, be able to read stuff and see what's going on. I honestly would take any of the social media apps. I only have Instagram on there anyway, but I'd take everything else off just to keep Substack on, because it's a happy one. It's a good one. It's not as stressful as the rest. Right, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, I hope that was really clear. And for anybody watching on the replay, I hope that was a clear overview and explanation of how the collective works, what it looks like. I am leaving. It is heavily discounted at the moment if you sign up for a year. So it's about $5.99 a month. pounds. If you sign up for monthly, that's a normal rate, and you get everything for that. But I have reduced the annual rate so that if obviously it's a one payment, but it works out about £3.49 a month. So I am going to leave that up for September. It was just going to be a summer deal, but I'm going to leave that up for the whole of September as well. And the deal may come back as well end of the year. So I'm not sure how that will look yet, but so September is a good time to sign up, because then you get to, you know, keep catch all the next books and everything like that. And then I'll be back hopefully with a good deal at the end of the year, something to start 2025 with. All right. Well, if you are, even if you're just a free member, keep your eyes on those emails, because I will, as it gets to nearer to the end of the year, I will be updating you on the new things that we're going to be doing next year, and just all the fun of the collective. Guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening for almost an hour. We've been together, and thank you for those of you watching on the replay. I hope this has been a helpful evening. And Beth saying my daughter bought my subscription for my birthday. Beth, that's a brilliant birthday gift. I love that. That's a really good idea. And that is a great thing that you can do with Substack. You can actually gift it. So maybe it's a good hint. If you've got a birthday coming up, or Christmas is coming, or whenever you gift each other things, you could hint at somebody, send them the link and get in there. Yeah, that's a great idea as well. All right. Well, I shall bid you farewell. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. And I'll hopefully see you all very soon. Bye.